Good morning everyone. So today we're at a Nissan Pulsar 2014 already? 2016? 2016. This mean machine needs a clutch. Passenger. The driver burnt it out, so here we go. So first things first, jack it up, take the wheel off, remove the castellated piece from there, and then you need a 32mm nut to remove the drive shaft nut. So that's the first thing. And then we've got to clear, there's a subframe underneath this, I'll show you that. Subframe there held in with these bolts here, look like about 17, 19mm. Subframe comes all the way along there and holds the wishbones in, so that all has to come down in order to get access to this box. So I'm not sure how good or bad a job it is, but you just got to go for it. And then for the bottom ball joint you need a 14. There you go, punch it out. Pop the wishbone down and then push out the drive shaft. This one's moving, you can see that. There we go, that's half the battle. You can get this thing out. Good man. And we just need to go and do the other side because the bolt's already out. Got to remove the gearbox oil using one of these wee box sockets. It just goes in there and we drop the oil. In order to get this drive shaft out, it's like a horseshoe arrangement. So Roddy's got in there with a 13mm and that has to come out in order to release this. That's it. So I think there's one at the other side as well. Let's see if we can flick that up. The other one, you see the other end, Roddy? So there's one at the other side of that drive shaft. It goes to the driver's side. You getting access? What was that? I think I was telling you about that. So, that's a horseshoe with two 13mm bolts. And then we can remove that drive shaft. Got a big bar in there, and our mate Dave Sterrell told us about this little tool up here. What's that called, Roddy? Like a
claw thing.
Got a claw. So I'll show you when it comes. So Roddy's just got to pop it. You'll see the drive shaft go for it, man. Oh, look at that! It's coming out like butter. So there it is. That tool there with a bar. It's available in Dave's Amazon store. I think it was about 10 quid. Good one, Dave. That drop light there in the middle of the picture, and it's solid, so we'll have to use our special heat gun. This is the one we got recently, so it worked on the other side of the treat. We'll just apply the heat and it should come off. No bother at all after applying the heat. Another thing we used was these little thin spanners. That was an eBay job. 8 quid, and they caught the end of that. The drop link to stop it turning, so they work perfect. That's good. The flat spanners I was telling you about. Ideal for track rod ends, drop links, you name it. This bolt here is part of the lower gearbox engine mount. So that was a 21mm bolt, so just kept that loose. And then we went round the perimeter of the box, and these are all 13, so it's 1, 2, there's another one up there, there's another 2 there. It takes the carrier, one to the exhaust, there's one up there, and then a couple above it. And if you come around this side, you see one just up there. So we've just kept them loose to see if this box is going to move or split. But there'll be a couple up the top. So, and here's where I dropped the oil out of. And apart from that, we'll wait and see. We reckon we can rotate the anti-roll bar link up. Well, we have rotated it and see if that can give us clearance without taking the steering rack out. But we'll just need to wait and see how that goes. So that's the stage we're at. So let's remove the battery. The battery, that's held in with this 13mm bolt down the bottom here, two 10mm either side, and then we're going to go after these. They look like 10mm as well. Give us access, better access into the side of the box. Like, we've had to remove loads of paraphernalia to get into this. So brackets, bolts, air filter, the bottom tray of the battery. There's how that comes off. So there they are, and I'll show you what we've left there. So that's the gearbox mount down there. And then there's when you get to the back, the bolts here. What were you trying to do, Roddy?
Linkages off.
Oh, the link, I need to get the linkages off. So I'll tell you after we've done it. Box linkage off, so just a little claw You pop that up, then we've just got to do this one here. That's it. Oh, good man. Perfect. And we'll try and get the bracket at the back there. I'm popping the gear selector rods out of the thing, which is difficult. We removed the entire bracket, so see, there it's here, and they're held in by two 12mm bolts. And I'll show you the easiest access through there. Oh, hard shot. That's it there, you get access through this passenger side wheel arch to remove these two 12mm bolts. We need to remove the steering rack, so here's the benefit of this tool. It melts the nylock in the nut. So watch it, you should see either the blue or the white stuff come out. Well, there we go, it started. That's a killer roddy, that stuff, eh?
That is.
Kills the threads, eh?
Right, try that.
Try that. Got a special tool at Aldi. Oh, we had that in for you.
Let's see that one there. You like that there? I'll get the 2 bits here, nice,
Right.
See.
Oh, good lad. Had to.
Your heat, I think.
Alright, it gets a bit tight near the bolt top.
Alright. And then a wee blast.
Over away again.
Starts to cool down again, eh?
Aye, quick. There we now.
What a difference.
Alright. So that's this. There we go. Oh, look at it. Look at the stuff coming out it. There we go. New Pope has been announced. Then got to remove the UJ joint of the power steering rack because that all comes down with the subframe. So that's a 17mm bolt there. I've got it slacked and we've painted it up just to keep our markings. It's got trapped. There we go, that's the bolt out. So we're now ready to drop the power steering rack. And there's a little cover goes over the top of it, so you pop these poppers out using a cat's claw and up it pops. The other thing, you've got to take the exhaust clamp off. The most awkward position to be in.
It's too awkward, eh?
Alright. I can't get the back of it, eh? See if that bracket was a wee roadie. We'll get rid of that bracket. Hey? Tool done the job, so you can see that we've got that off that rubber bung. And that thing is a wonderful tool for exhaust rubber bushes. £10 eBay. So we've then got another wire that goes up the top here. And you disconnect that, it goes onto the subframe. Here's a tricky bit, you must get this done. There's a cable runs over the top of this subframe and it's held on by 3 of these little tabs. You have to squeeze it with pliers. And we managed to get to the other side by turning that bracket. See that bracket right there? Right round, that wiggles, and then we could get to it. So I think we're free now. That is the subframe out, and it gives you a fantastic room. You have your summer holidays in here. So I'll show you the subframe there. There's your steering rack joint, and obviously we took off the drop links that go there. The bottom ball joints. There's the front mount. So it all comes down a winner, a bit like the Vauxhall Corsa. And here's this bit I was telling you about that had the wires clipped onto there, and another. Oh, there as well, and there. So good. So we've just took the bonnet, or the American call it the hood, right off two 13mm bolts and placed it in a safe place, and that gives us great access to use our winch in the roof. Taking the crankshaft sensor out. Oh, sorry. Right, because it's hard to disconnect the connector, so it just came out with a 10mm bolt. What else have we got here? That up the top is just the middle. We release it with a 17mm nut, and then it comes down. The gearbox starts to come down, but we're just checking to see anything attached. See, there's the selector rod. That bit should come out, that plate, because at the other side it's like so. That was good. But it's just a matter of gently come down. Right, one of these bolts, you take the nut off, and then it comes out with using a T30 torch tool, and that goes right in there. So you're down at the bottom of the box, come up. So it's not that first one, it's the second one going in. No, that goes in for the other direction, so it's that one there. And the other two are the starter motor. There's the length of the bolts there. That's the starter motor one, and the rest just going to the box. Bolt up the back, just under the catalytic converter. It comes out using the torque as well. Oh, it's tight, man. Right. There's the clutch. Thoroughly burnt, I would say. No sure if it's dual mass, don't know. And there's a box there. That's the cylinder we need to change. It's a few bolts. It's a hydraulic clutch. That's where the connection goes. There's the mount point there. It's at the wrong place. It'd be better if it was actually at the middle a bit more. So, but never mind. We'll work way around it. So, out with the torch first of all. Take this plate off. See, this has dual mass because watch this. Roddy will turn it. See that? And there is always a certain amount of movement. It's usually eight teeth or something like that. So it's like, so a friend was saying actually the movement in them sometimes can be unbelievable. You think it's going, but it's no. But you can feel it absorbing it at the end. And you see Roddy's turning that, and the flywheel is no moving. But that's the way it's meant to work. That is gone. Look at that side there. Gone. That side's no so bad. But the lady did admit to having her foot in the clutch quite permanently, so what do you expect? The flywheel, there's the movement that we're talking about. Sometimes on the Mondeos, this thing turns round, you can't get access to the bolts at the back, but this flywheel looks fine. There is a bit, you can see there's heat being on it, but it doesn't look too bad, so I think I'll live another day, especially when it's going to cost 400 quid, 500 quid. Oof. There's the old clutch plate, there's the new one. Big difference. Is that the way it goes on? Aye. What do you think about it? Right, we're taking these out. Let's take them out. We're taking is this a concentric sleeve cylinder? See these bolts? I've started to turn them, but they're so tight. And see if I continue with them, you'll get shavings in the bottom of the box because there'll be Loctite on them. So what we're going to do is heat them with that inductor heater and see if that melts the Loctite. Well, it will melt the Loctite, but that is the best way to do it because they are far too tight coming out. So, it's got Loctite on it, and we put the inductor heater on it. Perfect. So there's the old one out. We just need to put the new one in. It's actually a lot of powder already as well. Just, that'll be that corrosion, eh? Binding it with the Loctite. That's the box back in, but here's a bit I forgot to show you. In order to put down this is the box mount, you only have to do the middle bolt. Sure, that's a 17. So just drop that. Don't worry about the other two. That's the middle bolt that holds that up. The other thing, we used our old, well, we used the new one initially, But then we use the old one to block the hydraulic clutch brake fluid, and that goes into the box up the top there. So I'll just take that off and put it back in. What else was I going to tell you? I'll show you the other salient points. The other points was, meant to say there's a ground strap up there you have to take off. That's a 10mm bolt. And if we're going to do this job again, we reckon, first of all, drop that subframe, and then you can get access into the rest after that. So that is your top priority. Still to get this bolt put back in. That was quite tight actually. And the amount of bolts round the box, I usually tell you, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's one up there. That's the one. That's the long one. It comes out. 6, 7. The 2 for the starter motor. Then there's 3 up the top. So it wasn't too bad a job, but tight. Apart from that, I can't think of anything else. Oh, and then we need to refill the box with I think that happens at the side. See this side plug up there? I think that's it there, Roddy, yeah? The starter motor got in the way, didn't it? But I think that's the refill for the box up there. One of the hardest bits about this job is bleeding the clutch. So see this multi-plug, the hydraulic plug, it's got 2 positions. When it's slightly back, that means you can bleed it, and once you're finished bleeding it, see, look, we're pretty good. Does that feel quite good, Roddy? Then we put the clip and then we push it in, because it's just held on with a rubber bung at the top there. So we'll go for that, lad. No, we're clear. Right. Try that then, lad. No, it came back out to the first position. What we had to do here, this was a bit of paste to get this to go into, come for the service position, which is the first click where you bleed it, and then it has to get pushed back in. We're keeping the clip down and pushing back in, so the pipe in the box kept flexing. So Roddy just put his bar there, and then I pushed that down and then pushed it in. And once you push it down, it seals up this bleed, because this is just a bleed hole with just a dust cover, and Bob's your uncle. And in fact, I'll show you on the other one. There's a hydraulic clutch. So when we're bleeding it, we're just catching, the clip's only catching off that wee bit there, and when we put it into the full position, the clip's catching in there. There. So, but as you're pushing the pipe in, it's flexing in the box. But we've done it now, and we've got a clutch pedal. Good.